The ring was gone. Not misplaced, not forgotten on the sink or tucked into a coat pocket. Gone. She stood at the kitchen counter, fingers naked, stirring coffee she wouldn't drink. The spoon clinked once, too loud. She didn't look at me when she spoke. "Have you seen my ring?" Her voice was careful, neutral, like she'd rehearsed it in a mirror that didn't judge. I watched the place where the gold band used to live, pale skin, an absence shaped like intention. "No," I said, "that was true. I hadn't seen it leave. I'd only noticed when it was already doing its work." She nodded, too quickly. Silence pressed in, thick, expectant. My phone vibrated on the counter between us. A message preview bloomed, then vanished. She flinched. I didn't reach for it. I watched her instead. The way her shoulder stayed rigid, the way her eyes tracked the hallway mirror, checking her reflection like she was confirming a role. The air smelled like burnt coffee and something else. Anticipation. That was when it hit me, not like a realization, but like a switch flipping. The ring wasn't lost. It was a signal, and whatever it was signaling had already arrived. We'd been married 9 years, long enough to know each other's rhythms, long enough to feel when the music went off key. She started coming home 10 minutes late, then 20, then not at all. Texts sent ahead of time, always apologetic, always vague. Work ran long. Traffic was a nightmare. I needed air. I accepted them the way you accept rain, unavoidable, temporary. But the ring changed everything. She used to touch it when she lied, rub the band with her thumb like friction could warm the truth back into place. Now there was nothing to rub, no nervous habit, just calm, too calm. I replayed the last few weeks in my head, the new passcode on her phone, the way she angled the screen away from me, subtle as a magician's sleeve, the way she'd stopped asking about my day. Disinterest is louder than anger. That night she showered longer than usual. I stood in the doorway, listening to the water drum against tile, and imagined it washing something off her skin, or someone. When she came out, wrapped in steam and a towel, she caught me looking. "What?" she asked. "Nothing." She smiled, a small one, controlled. She slept facing away from me. The space between us felt engineered. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, counting breaths that weren't mine. The ring wasn't missing. It had been removed, deliberately. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for people who need answers fast. I needed them clean. So I watched. I became a student of her patterns. When she left, when she returned, how often she checked her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. I pulled the phone records. Easy enough. Numbers repeated themselves like nervous ticks. One stood out. No name, just frequency. I memorized it. I followed her once. Not like a stalker, like a husband taking a longer route home. She parked 3 blocks from a hotel that didn't advertise discretion, but practiced it anyway. She didn't look back when she went inside. I sat in my car and waited. I didn't feel rage, not yet. I felt focus. At home, I found the ring, not in a drawer, not in a jewelry box, in her gym bag, wrapped in a sock, sweat-stained, hidden, a talisman removed before entering a different life. I turned it over in my palm. The metal was warm, like it had a pulse. That night, I ordered a DNA test kit, not because I suspected the children, because I suspected everything. I installed a mirror app on her tablet. Synced messages appeared like ghosts, half-sentences, coded language, shared jokes that didn't belong to me. Ring off tonight. Same signal as before. He won't notice. I noticed. Every word tightened something inside me. Not anger, resolve. I slept better than I had in weeks. The results arrived on a Tuesday. I opened them alone. Kitchen table, morning light, coffee black. The numbers didn't lie. They never do. I folded the report carefully, put it in my jacket pocket. The ring followed. That evening she came home early, nervous energy. She kept touching her bare finger. I set the table, poured wine, let normalcy lull her into believing the storm had passed. Midway through dinner, I slid the envelope across to her. "What's this?" she asked. "Open it." She did. Her eyes moved fast, then stopped. Color drained from her face. "You tested?" "Yes." Silence. Her mouth opened, closed. Her hand shook. "I can explain," she said. "I know," I replied. "That's why I waited." I placed the ring beside the report. "It was a signal," I said, "not a question." She broke then. Tears, apologies, words tripping over each other. I watched, calm, detached. When she reached for my hand, I pulled back. "I don't need explanations," I said. I needed confirmation. The next day, I sent a message. From her phone. Rings back on. He knows. I watched the response come in. Too late. I forwarded everything. Screenshots, records, timelines, to his wife. Then I packed a bag. When she came home, the house was empty except for the ring. It sat on the counter, centered, clean. She called, texted. Voicemails collapsed into static. I didn't block her. I let the silence do the work. Weeks later, I heard what happened. Jobs lost, marriages dissolved, secrets dragged into light. I felt nothing. Revenge isn't loud when it's done right. It's procedural. I don't wear the ring anymore. I keep it in a drawer, not as a reminder, as evidence. Sometimes I take it out and feel its weight, how something so small held so many lies. I don't miss her. I miss who I thought she was. There's a difference. The house is quiet now, honest. And in that quiet, I finally hear myself again. Clear, unburdened, free.